We begin with breaking news just into our newsroom. The U.S. Senate advances a bill aimed at ending the Iran war. That bill requires President Donald Trump to stop military activities in Iran until authorized by Congress. The War Powers Resolution has failed in Congress multiple times since the war began back in February. Today, Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy, who recently lost a primary election for his seat, delivered the vote to finally pass that measure. We'll continue to follow this breaking news.